15 years later, I'm still trying to learn the art of kart drifting. Now, what was Mario doing back in 2001? Let's find out.
Mario Kart Super Circuit is a single-player / multiplayer racing game developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo that was released for the GBA on the 21st of July 2001. This would be the third entry for the series. The game features several game modes such as Mario Grand Prix, Time Trial, Quick Run, Versus, and Battle Mode, where the player has a choice between 8 Nintendo characters to complete through various races. Super Circuit received generally positive reviews, selling 2.1 million copies in the States, earning 63 million by 2006, platinum sales award for sales above 300,000 in the United Kingdom, and in 2007, IGN named the title the 19th best game on the GBA. Let's check it out. Yep, another Mario Kart game. Here's the problem though, this is the third entry for the series. We went from 64-bit graphics back down to 16, which is kind of disappointing. The game reverts back to the classic style of Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo, which is not a bad thing. Despite the fact that this is a handheld GBA title, thankfully the gameplay is still fun and quite enjoyable. I actually skipped this game when I was younger and went straight for Double Dash. So there's always been a debate on whether or not the Game Boy Advance is actually a 32-bit system, and well, it's kinda complicated. It runs a 32-bit microprocessor, but it only provides 16-bit graphics. Now of course you've got Mario's entourage of characters to choose from, each with different stats, and items seen in other entries such as shells, shrooms, stars, and bloody coins. We didn't like them in Super Mario Kart, so the developers, they brought them back. Oh, and you better make sure you collect them. If you don't, your kart will spin out of control.
At least the game's got some nice sprite work going on. The pirate ship in the background. I don't know, I prefer Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo. That's just my opinion.
Considering this is a GBA game that can be played on the go, then I guess it gets a pass. It's still a solid entry for the series.
Classic.
Diddy Kong Racing is a kart racing game. It's developed by Rare, published by Nintendo. That was released for the N64 on the 21st of November 1997 for Europe and Japan, the 24th for North America, and was re-released for the DS on the 5th of February 2007. Originally intended to be an RTS title, the game is set on Timber Island and revolves around racing, where Diddy and his entourage of friends attempt to defeat the evil antagonist, Whizpig, and several boss battles with several vehicles such as karts, boats, and planes. The sequel, Diddy Kong Racing 2, was in development, however was later abandoned in 2002, a few weeks before Microsoft purchased the Rareware company for $375 million. Nevertheless, the game was well received and sold 4.8 million copies, very high scores with a 9 out of 10 from both Edge and Electronic Gaming Monthly magazine, and stands as Nintendo's 8th best-selling game on the 64. Let's check it out. So Diddy Kong's development began after the release of Killer Instinct Gold with a team of 4 Rare members: Chris Stamper, Lee Musgrave, Rob Harrison, not that bloke, and Lee Shunman. Heavily influenced by the Walt Disney World, the game was said to be called Wild Cartoon Kingdom. However, in June 1997, the title was altered to Pro-Am 64, which was a follow-up to the NES game RC Pro-Am. Later on, Rare felt that the Pro-Am 64 did not have enough intellectual property to grab the attention of fans and consumers, and changed the license to feature Diddy Kong. Musgrave revealed that the goal was to recreate a faster version of Mario Kart with fully rendered 3D character models and vehicles, with a small team of 14 people that worked on the project that led the title to worldwide success. The game was also composed by David Wise, and a soundtrack was released with 42 tracks. However, the US release only featured 16, and get this, the disc itself was shaped in the form of Diddy Kong's head, which made it unplayable in certain CD players. That is whack, man. Now for items, the player collects different coloured balloons that range from boosts, missiles, mines, bubbles, bananas, etc. A good variety nonetheless.
So Conker and Banjo make their debut appearances in this game as playable characters. This is to promote upcoming titles.
As far as the gameplay goes, this is 10 times better than Mario Kart. The title has a total of 20 or so races between 5 worlds and several boss battles, which believe me, makes it a bloody challenge. I spent many hours grinding this when I was a kid, just to 100% the game. The final boss, Whizpig, used to piss me off. The fat bastard cheats, and you will struggle. My only advice, you better make sure you hit all the zippers. Miss one and it's basically all over. And I forgot to mention, by collecting 2 of the same coloured balloons will give the player a power up.
Jesus Christ, is this dinosaur on steroids or what? You can't get away from him.
Overall, Diddy Kong Racing made crucial improvements from Mario Kart, and in my opinion is one of the best N64 titles ever made. Maybe it's just the nostalgia talking, but I'll go back and play this game any day. Absolutely brilliant.
No!
Let's finish up with Sony's attempt at the kart racing genre.
Mario Kart Crash Bandicoot. Nah, just kidding. CTR is a kart racing game. It's developed by Beanox and published by Activision. That was released for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on the 21st of July 2019. Just like its predecessor, CTR revolves around racing that has the player avoiding obstacles, power sliding and jumping to gain boost/speed with several power-ups scattered throughout the tracks. The online multiplayer also features extra circuits and kart customization. CTR was praised for its graphics, responsive controls, and large sum of content. The game won several awards for Best Racing Game for 2019. However, the title was heavily criticised for its addition of stupid microtransactions. Let's check it out. Right, I'm going to be completely honest and say this game is full to the brim with microtransactions. There are 7 different editions bundled with other games ranging from $50 to $170. I shit you not, let alone in-game cosmetic skins, in-game currency and other purchases. Pretty low considering this game is intended for kids. But sadly, that's the kind of world we live in today. Still want to play the game? Be smart. Go on eBay and get a hard copy for $20, which is what I think it should be priced at. The game itself is not bad by any means. But Jesus Christ, man, these people, they really want your money. So this is obviously a remake of the 1999 title. I'm actually very unfamiliar with the franchise, although I did play the original game a handful of times when I was younger at my mate's house, so I've got a rough idea on how the game works. From what I can gather, the title features characters from the Crash Bandicoot series that go head to head in several race modes. In other words, it's basically another version of Mario Kart. There are a few differences that stand out from the original, such as kart customization and selection, online multiplayer, new cinematic cutscenes, several difficulties, and the additional mode, Ring Rally, was also implemented. Whatever the case, the game has a decent amount of content. Beanox have clearly done their homework, replicating the gameplay and nostalgia that came from the original installment. Hats off to the developers. As for Activision, go fuck yourself. Several items that can be used such as missiles, bowling bombs, shields, crates, turbos, etc. There's also exclusive weapons that only appear in certain events. As for playable characters, you've got 56, including the cast from the original. Although about half of these are unlockable, so I'm assuming you've got to grind to earn the in-game's currency, Wumpa coins, that aren't worth jack shit. To be fair, these can be earned both online and in adventure mode, but it's still tedious, and very similar to the gold bars found in RDR2 that take forever to acquire.
Now, in order to advance throughout this game, you got to come first in every race. It's a little bit annoying. I guess you can change the difficulty, but yeah, whatever.
Apart from the shitty microtransactions, for a first impression, the game is a pretty solid experience. I do prefer Mario Kart as I grew up with Nintendo consoles, but this is decent and absolutely shits all over Sonic R on the Sega Saturn. But hey, that's just my opinion.
Next time, Double Dash on the GameCube and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Nintendo Switch. On Bears Pizzas, I'm out of here.